without a single battering ram, without ladders, without arrows, no siege engines, no swords raised, just silence, footsteps, and a shout. This is the true story of the fall of Jericho, the battle Israel won without fighting, and Jericho, the gateway to Canaan. Jericho was the first obstacle in Israel's path to the Promised Land. If Jericho stood, Israel could not advance. The city sat near the Jordan River, a strategic stronghold controlling trade and movement. And Jericho knew Israel was coming. They had heard. The Red Sea had split. Pharaoh's army had drowned. Kings had already fallen. Fear lived inside Jericho's walls. But fear alone does not break stone. Israel's impossible position. Israel had no siege weapons, no trained army, just former slaves, men, women, and children. Joshua, Moses' successor, knew the truth. This battle could not be won by human strength. So Joshua did what few leaders do. He stopped planning and waited for God to speak. The command that made no sense. God's instructions were shocking. No attack, no strategy meeting. Instead, march around the city once a day for 6 days. Priests carry the Ark of the Covenant. 7 priests blow ram's horn trumpets. The people must remain silent in war. This was not psychological warfare. This was faith warfare. Why silence was part of the weapon. Silence was not weakness. It was obedience. Every day, Jericho watched Israel march. No insults, no threats, no arrows, just footsteps and trumpets. The silence unnerved the city. Because when an enemy does nothing, fear fills the gap. Rahab, faith inside the walls. Inside Jericho lived a woman named Rahab, a prostitute, an outsider, a sinner by every standard, but she believed. Rahab hid Israelite spies and said, "We know the Lord has given you the land." Her faith saved her. A scarlet cord hung from her window, a sign of mercy amid judgment. The 7th day, the moment of decision. Dawn. On the 7th day, Israel marched 7 times. The air was heavy. The city watched. The priests blew their trumpets. Then Joshua commanded, "Shout, for the Lord has given you the city." The people cried out. And suddenly, when the walls fell, the ground shook, stone cracked. Walls that had stood for generations collapsed inward. Not slowly, not partially, completely. Archaeology confirms something unusual. Jericho's walls fell outward, not inward, as if pushed from below. The city lay open. God had done what armies could not. Why God fought this battle himself? God wanted Israel to understand something from the very beginning. This land is not taken by strength, but by obedience. Jericho was not conquered. It was handed over. Because victory without God leads to pride, but victory from God produces reverence. The warning after the victory. Jericho was placed under a curse. No rebuilding, no claiming glory. Joshua declared, "Cursed be the man who rebuilds this city." Centuries later, a man tried. He lost his sons. God's words are not symbolic, they are final. Why the fall of Jericho still matters. Jericho teaches a terrifying truth. Some walls do not fall by effort, they fall by obedience. Some victories require patience, silence, trust, and one final shout of faith. Closing message. Jericho fell when Israel stopped trusting weapons and started trusting God's voice. And the same God who brought down those walls still does.